Hello challengers, ChallengerAoe here, and today we're doing more of the Zero to Hero series. Today's episode we will be doing the Archer build order yet again. This time however I'm not using the tutorial provided by Cicero. I'll be doing something just like last time, where I'll be now versing the computer. The computer is set to hard difficulty, not hardest, and I choose Ethiopians. I chose the Ethiopians simply because of their bonus for having those quicker archers and the added resources when they go up through ages. So they're a really strong archer civ, and once I hit the Imperial Age I'll be able to continue with the archers, or if not I can just transition into those very strong Shotel warriors. But let's just get on with the game. So I'm just going to leave it on my view lock so you guys can see all of the mistakes that I've been making. So I played Cicero's Archer build order a few more times since last time. I only managed to get a C grade, but for me, yet again, that was pretty good. So I wasn't too upset with that, and so I thought I'd go and try against a computer player, simply because I'd memorised the map pretty well for Cicero. Each time you replay it, it's the same map, and each time you do a different build order, it's the same map as well. So it was a little bit boring in that regards. I just want to point out the fact of what I've seen with my scouting. So far I have got all 8 of my sheep. I found my berries. I found 2 sets of gold and 3 sets of gold. No stone except for this one, which just seems to be some sort of neutral stone that seems to be in the middle of the map. In terms of scouting, finally found the second boar, which was really good timing because I'd run out of this food in this boar, and I was a little bit panicked. Almost haven't lost a villager yet to any of these boars. Population is good. I finished that sheep just in time as well, so things are working out really well. Unfortunately for me, I did have a real housing problem where I kept getting housed. So far, as you can see, I've got my 6 lumberjacks. So normally it's 4 on wood, so I've got more lumberjacks than usual, but I've got my 4 foragers, and so after my 4 foragers I should have gone 1 extra boar, 1 extra farm, and then added more to the wood for 23. But we're going up now, so we'll get to feudal in I don't know how long, but it should be about 12 minutes, which tends to be my usual time. It's not the quickest, but I think at my current level it's not too bad. I'm just going to remove Fog of War now. Again, I'm going to leave this on 2x speed, just because the build order at the start is very much the same when you're in Dark Age. I'm getting up now that barracks. This was super unfortunate. I didn't see, so about 12 minutes, not too bad. I didn't see that there was this here where my stones kind of bumped into the tree line. So when I built this here, I built it so they actually can't access any of these trees. So this was an awful lumber camp placement. Alright, and they've arrived a minute after me on hard difficulty. So just that build order, I'm going to slow it back down, stick it on view lock. So remember, it was that 6 on sheep, and then you got that 4 on wood. Then once you've done that, you go out and you lure your first boar. You then build 1 farm. You then add the rest on. And adds the rest onto wood until you got 23. You get loom. You go up to the next stage. So let's just look at what they're doing currently. So I have 30, 27. Alright, so I've managed to get a build lead. As you can see, this is hard difficulty, but it seems that they have 1 villager per sheep, so it's not the neatest build order, but they're starting to get up those archers now. So they are up to 1 and 1. I am now up to 3 and 1, 4 and 1 and housed. When you're advancing to feudal, you saw me, I moved villages around. I needed 11 on wood, and you needed that 3 on gold, and built that barracks. And as soon as that barracks was up, that's when you want to get that double archery. And once you hit feudal, you want that double bit axe, which I've done, and you want to get 8 out into gold. So currently I've got 7. Being much easier if I just did this. 7. So probably sending out an extra villager. Looks like I've miscounted and I've given up almost. And you've got that. I've got that blacksmith now. Should have had fletching on the way. And then soon I'll just be focusing on farms, which I think I've done, but a little bit earlier than normal. Got some idle villages, just building houses. So now I've just gone house happy just to try and get rid of that housing problem. So Yakube's got a higher score than me. I'm assuming it's because he's utilised a lot more range of buildings. Interesting wood placement there. My scouting at this point, I'm pretty sure, was pretty bad, yeah. So I'd kind of forgotten about my scout. So they've probably gained a lot more scouting information. Yeah, they've seen this whole side of the map. They've looked through my base. So they're getting I can't remember how many points it is for each percentage of the map explored, but they've probably got a fair few points from that as well. So let's just look at what Cube's doing. So he's got 14 military. I'm currently at 11. That's all in the archers as well. I'm just going to remove the above war now. So let's look at my resources. I haven't spent any stone because again I want to be starting to put down town centres as soon as I castle. And by the looks of things, because I'm getting horse collar, I'm probably thinking about going to castle age in a moment. Yet again, this isn't a fast castle, it's at 18 minutes. I think the build order video had me at 26 archers when you hit castle. So it might be on track. Lots of food in the bank, lots of gold in the bank. Plus I'll be getting the extra food and gold once I go to the next stage. But this is mostly just for getting that castle age. So your cube now, it's got a real mix of units. Real interesting. I feel like on hardest difficulty you get the computer just doing a archer build order where they primarily focus on skirmishers and archers. Didn't meet the food criteria, so I've gone for an extra villager. But it seems to be on hardest, they just kind of do a mixed bag of lollies, and I think that really works in my favour. Wood lines for them are pretty chaotic, but I bet mine's not where it's good. Oh, not too bad. Build a second one. Again, that was shocking. Shouldn't have put that there. Should have looked for where I was going to place it. I'm just going to go back to the feud lock, and I'm going to go back to Fog of War. So now I'm looking at where I want to place town centres. Obviously I wanted to wall this up, because while I was in a castle age, I've got all these extra resources. I'm just going to turn off that. So you want to be building town centres on a resource. So I saw there was golden wood here. I was like, this is a strong, I mean, it's not exactly forward, it's in the same line as my current town centre, but is spreading out my base like immediately. There's not really any connecting defences. Easily could have walled that off in hindsight. So I probably would put a town centre there, because I get gold and wood. And ideally I would have had a town centre over here where this stone is, just to get rid of the stone, but also I can send villagers straight to this wood line. Good for me though, I've walled in my gold. Really, let's turn off Fog of War. Probably could have walled that off instead of doing this, but I was just trying to keep my villagers close so I could go straight into building or getting the resources that I need. Alright, So I'm just going to speed it back up again. So we're at 27 military, your cubes at 20, 30, 31 military, but I think Castle Age at 22, about 23 minutes. And let's just go look at the veal counts now. So your cubes got 22, 23, 43, like 40, 45, we'll say about that. I'm about 26, 36, 37. So your cubes certainly got the veal lead now, and I think it's because I had lots of idle TC time. So now I'm sending marches forward. I really wish I got that gate in sooner. And then that's when I realised, you know, I'm in Castle Age way before you cube. I really need to press my advantage. So I'm putting up town centres now, and I'm sending marches forward. Now they've got Castle Age, I'm getting the upgrades on marches. I've got crossbow coming in, I've got bodkin, I think that was that tech noise just then, and I found this wood line and it was juicy. So now I've got these almost fully upgraded Castle Age units, some hidden running, and I'm trying to get that hill advantage, that hill bonus, and absolutely creating chaos. The KD right now is absolutely awesome. I didn't think this army was going to survive, so I kind of stopped sending people forward. But as soon as I started winning, I was like, yeah, awesome. Dropped a gather point forward, brought my troops forward. I had enough archers, amassed enough archers. This was poor form, that I could just melt knights like butter now. I'm just going to stick back on speed. I hit this wood line really hard. I got lots of really good kills. They wasted a lot of resources on trying to get those spearmen out there to stop me. But they're trying to get that boom on. Back at home, however, trying to sort out that housing crisis that I've got going on. I've got 3 TCs, none of them are creating villages at all. It's just by having all this food in the bank. Really poor form there. Oh, I didn't realise they had monks. I'm trying to focus on my economy at home, so I'm just creating crossbowmen. I'm putting them on stand ground, and I'm just moving them to different parts of their base, just trying to trap them in. Obviously a normal person would probably react to this, I suppose. Probably attack these small groups, probably not the best idea. But here like this, that's fine against computers. So again, so I've got 1 town centre creating 3 villages, as opposed to 3 town centres creating a villager each. Not fantastic. Heaps of food in the bank now. Probably should focus more on that gold and wood, because again I need, I've got a lot of golden wood probably just stacked up there. Starting to get more farms, got that gold. Let's just look at those resources, shall we? Plenty of idols though. Need to focus on, need to hit that idle villager button a lot more. And now I'm just moving marches around the base, hitting those spots. So I'm breaking away groups. I saw this tree here, blah blah blah, and I assumed there was a wood line here, and lo and behold, they were going absolutely ham on this side of the tree line. I saw this town centre, but it didn't seem like it was productive. I didn't see any farms around it. So I kind of assumed that nothing was going on there. Meanwhile, I'm still sending archers forward. No villager production though. And I get the win. So, things to focus on for the future. First and foremost, once again, I completely forgot about my scout early in the game. And I mean, I left it there towards the end of the game as well. Really should have used that. So we're just going to turn on fog of war and wonder if I can see it. Oh, shame. I will assume I didn't see anything around here. I'm assuming I saw nothing down here. I really needed more scout information, especially on their base. I had no idea what was going on in their base. I didn't have enough archers going up pages. I was housed a lot. I think I committed 2 villages to building houses, and I think that's a smart idea and something I'll probably do in the future. Probably should have scouted my base more. I think building a lumber camp on that stone was a poor move. It's a waste of wood. And I also need to focus on my economy much more. I think while I was attacking forward, I really need to be looking back as well. It's just I'm really struggling to find time to both attack and focus on eco at the same time. So I think that just comes with practice. But otherwise, getting up my 3 TCs, I was getting some stone in the bank. I think from here, I'd kind of locked down their base now. There wasn't really a lot they could do. I was probably going to keep tricking people forward. I was probably just going to keep booming at home. Eventually I'd probably get a castle and I'd be looking for some elevations. I'd probably stick it on this elevation here if I'm looking for a safe castle at home, or here, maybe to get that stone, just to get the middle of the map covered with a castle. But considering how dominant I was, I think I would have built more of a forward base, maybe castled their gold. But that's much further future to think about. Let's jump in and see the achievements, shall we? Right, so crushed him military, crushed him eco, tech. So I think that was probably because I was focusing on just those eco techs and feudal, and then I pushed only into military for the archers. So that was the massive slaughtering. I pushed the advantage when I hit Castle Age, and he attacked with Feudal Age units. Probably the Feudal Age units had a spread of techs, they probably went fully and properly advanced. That's probably why I killed so many of them at the start, so I only lost 12 then. That was just archers. I was focusing on wooden gold, because I was doing archers, so it doesn't surprise me you beat me there. They probably didn't move on stones, but I was just, maybe that's too much stone for where I was. But I did win that castle at some stage, so that's not too bad. Again, these are my uptimes. Not too bad. Exploration of the map, that just kind of shows how poor it was. And society stats, 79 views. Looking at that though, so if blue is military, light blue is civilians, you kind of see this is where I'm getting the two archery range production on the go. And when I hit Castle Age, this should have been when I got my town centres. So you can see that I'm producing a lot more. Well, you could say that, but they've also lost a lot of units, so maybe it's just saying that my villages are a larger population of the world total. So definitely things to work on. Alright, well that's today's episode for Zero to Hero, guys. If you liked this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any maps that you'd like me to play, email me at ChallengerAoe@gmail.com. Alright guys, I'll catch you in a later video. Catch you, challengers.